Welcome to ZIA TV, covering small cap stocks and emerging companies. Today we're speaking with Jim Vaughan. Jim's the managing partner at VCapital. Jim, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about the buzz around Chicago as far as venture capital is concerned.
Boy, the buzz around venture capital in Chicago is really picking up. The last few years, venture capital has kind of come out of the doldrums. And in particular, investors in the Midwest are becoming much more exposed to venture capital as an asset class and realizing that it's not scary and it's not as risky as some paint it to be.
Yeah, so there's a difference apparently between Midwest venture capital and West Coast venture capital, where traditionally most of that took place.
Yes.
What makes that difference?
Well, I think the prevalence of firms that are making it accessible to individual investors. On the West Coast, it's primarily dominated by large institutional firms catering to the ultra high net worth. We are part of a movement that is democratizing venture capital and making it accessible to normal investors. We also look at different types of companies. The emphasis on unicorns and billion-dollar plus exit transactions are really prevalent out there, and there's kind of a herd mentality that follows them. Here we're looking for very durable franchises that can sustain multiple market cycles and will succeed under many different conditions.
Is there a minimum dollar amount that you're looking for from investors?
We have created vehicles for accredited investors to invest as little as $25,000. And we don't have a fund. We roll out deals on a deal-by-deal basis. So our investors love the fact they can pick and choose. So it's really working.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What about the secret formula that your company uses to pick the most promising companies for your investors?
Yeah, I wish there was a secret formula. It's more a combination of accumulated wisdom and a lot of elbow grease. Last year we looked at over 900 companies in order to do two. This year we're on pace to do over 1,000. When you see one that fits the criteria that we're looking for, they really jump off the page, and that's when we really dig in and do a lot of homework. Typically it'll take us anywhere from 6 to 12 months to do due diligence on a company before we make a final decision to introduce it to our investors.
What about your firm's goals? I mean, we're in the fourth quarter here of 2017. Goals for the rest of the year?
We'll add another team member. We're rapidly expanding the team. We'll wrap up two raises that we're doing now, one for a company called Castor, another for a company called Cameras Vision. We're in the final throes of funding both those companies to be about $2 million apiece.
Tell me a little bit more about those companies. It sounds interesting.
Yeah, Castor is a really interesting company. It's a little out of the box for us. It's not a heavy technological play. But it's a suite of products that turn an iPad or an iPhone into a full-blown video production studio.
Wow.
It's really neat and very cost-efficient. It's been a business-to-business sale with iPads. They're now launching an iPhone version that'll open it up to a more mass consumption. But the company is profitable. They have a $5 million run rate, and looks like it's going to be a great opportunity for our investors.
Any other upcoming news that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, Cameras Vision is the other company that we're wrapping up right now. It's a medical device to help treat glaucoma, which is a really nasty disease, and this is a really state-of-the-art treatment that looks like it's gaining great traction. So.
Specifically, how does their treatment stand out from the rest?
Late-stage glaucoma is treated with a device that's called a shunt. It's an implantable device right in the eyeball, and it helps drain the fluid. This is a better mousetrap, so to speak. It's one that scar tissue doesn't build up around. It can be removed if it needs to be replaced, and the existing shunts in the market cannot. It's titratable, so they can set the pressure. So you may need a different pressure than I do, and they can set that right on the device.
That is interesting.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Typically, when we see a medical device like this, we take it to doctors who would have to implement it, and oftentimes surgeons are very negative on a lot of the devices. We expect that going in. Most of the surgeons that we talked to with this are very, very positive and thought it was quite an improvement on the existing shunts.
Well, Jim, it sounds like you have a lot that's going to be coming up in the new year, as well as going into the end of this year. We appreciate you stopping by and look forward to hearing more from your company.
Thanks. Enjoyed being here. Thanks.
And thank you for joining us here on ZIA TV. Don't forget, you can read more in-depth coverage on VCapital at vcapital.com.